like and subscribe for 1000 years of good luck. Or thief gets me called to court. Same electronics store as the other two stories. I stopped working there last October 2019, but this story will be forever in my memory because it annoyed me like nothing before. Also, the guy admitted to being a junkie. It's no name calling or anything. And him being a junkie isn't that important to the story anyway, at least, not mainly because this is something that also happens with non-junkie customers. Cast is me, M, junkie, J, co-worker / male cash desk employee, C, store manager, S. So, Jay was a kinda regular at this time in the store, around fall 2018, maybe already winter, nearing the end of the year anyway, and our S always asked us to keep an eye on him, because he was behaving kinda suspicious. We always did that with strange customers, because our store was located in a train station and sadly there were all kind of mentally ill / drunken / junkie / strange customers, so the moment something rang our alarms we alerted S, and kept an eye without the customers noticing, like me, standing at the entrance and greeting entering customers, but still glancing at the strange customers out of the corner of my eyes or turning my head a few times in quiet moments, to see what they are doing. We also prevented quite a few thieves like that, so it paid off. Jay's behavior was always kinda off, which is why we highly suspected him being a junkie. Sometimes he also came with a friend with some beer in hand and stuff. Also his speaking was slow, kinda slurring. We didn't do any type of ignoring, or being mad or anything. If he or other strange customers had questions, we always helped the best we could whether they still might buy something, so if they need help they're like all other customers mince it. Well, said day Jay entered alone, nothing unusual. I had a morning shift for once. I remember it being between 10 to 11 am. Cause at 11 am the second cash desk employee came in most of the time, and it was before that, just me and male cash desk employee at the entrance. Me and C immediately started to monitor the guy. We knew the drill by then and no one really entered or left the store that time, so we had nothing much to do. I'm no morning girl, so I was really sleepy. Suddenly I noticed Jay opening a box for a laptop charger. We had them hanging on a shelf. They were 10, 30 depending on the model. Just the chargers for the laptops though. We don't allow customers opening boxes out of danger of small parts getting lost, but we gladly open the boxes for them if they want to try it out, especially for laptop chargers, since it's often difficult to find the correct replacements. So I went to Jay and greeted him with my best customer smile and told him it's actually not allowed to open boxes for customers, but I can do it for him if he wanna try the charger. He accepted, so I opened the box and asked him which laptop he needs the charger for. I can't remember the brand, but he said it was from other big electronics store, but they didn't have a charger, so he came to us to look. Well, I knew the charger wouldn't work for his laptop. He still thought one of the plugs might fit, so I showed him they don't. Jay then pointed to one of the Ace laptops on displays and said his charger looked kinda like this. I told him I don't really know about the chargers, but if he goes to the service desk they might find a fitting one for him online. He then said he even has the laptop in question with him. Or at least suddenly remembered the brand or something. Anyway, he went to the queue of the service desk, still with the charger in hand. I asked him if I could pack it back up and put it back since it doesn't fit anyway and he accepted. Okay, TBH he had a should bag and I was a bit afraid he might just put a single plug or something in his bag. Bad of me, I know, but that's how I'd have reacted for anyone since the plugs are not mounted to anything and very small. I put the charger back where it belonged and went back to my place in the store. Still took a look here and there to Jay to see what he was doing. Only saw him doing something in his bag, didn't think too much of it. Suddenly he turned around, came to me, and asked about other stores he could ask at, and left the store. Didn't think anything of it. Everything normal. Shortly afterwards Jay came back to the store. C took note of the white earphones, the big over-ear ones, he was suddenly wearing, and told me that Jay might have stolen them from us when he was at the store before. So I took her as close as possible look from afar at the headphones and told C that this is not one of our brand headsets, but a brand that's special of other big electronics store where I worked before, so I knew their in-house brands. We shrugged it off. Jay left again shortly after. I thought that would be it, but no. 2 to 3 hours later, a colleague responsible for the laptops on display noticed one of the Acer laptops was missing. Well, shit. It was clearly stolen, and so we checked the surveillance cameras. Turned out Jay plugged it off without the alarm device going off. Some of our alarms are broken without us noticing, sadly. Yeah, it happens. Nothing we can do anyway in most of those cases. We just write it off as a loss and as the central department's fault because they are the ones that choose the alarm plugs and don't replace/check them regularly enough. But in this case we identified and knew the thief. For some reason I think we even had his name or something. Not too sure how the next stuff started to happen anymore, but we seem to have made a complaint to the police. I knew nothing of all this stuff, only that we knew who the thief was and to alert us if he was spotted entering the shop. 1 to 2 days later I got a sudden call during work from an unknown number, which rarely happens, and I wasn't waiting for a call from anyone. Strange, but I went to the back and took it. Believe me, I got the shock of my life when I had a police inspector on the other end suddenly. My heart started racing and I was so damn confused. But he was really nice and told me my ass was supposed to tell me. He apparently said I saw Jay stealing the laptop, so he wanted to talk to me as a witness and if I had time the next day. I went to check with S if I can do that during work hours. S was sorry he forgot to tell me and said that's more than okay, so I told the police inspector I'd come in. The police station was on the outside of the train station anyway, so it was no issue. I went in the next day and told them I didn't see anything. Yes, I talked to Jay a bit about a charger, but I never saw him unplugging the laptop and I can't remember him putting a laptop into his bag or walking out with it. Our surveillance cameras are really crappy quality, but there was a chance, from what was visible, that Jay had the laptop under his arm while talking to me before he left the store. Ugh, you can believe me, I felt so damn horrible and guilty after seeing the pic from surveillance and hearing about it. I honestly, really didn't notice the apparent laptop. But both the police inspector and my ass told me not to feel guilty. It can happen. And since I suspected Jay having his laptop with him, I probably just ignored the laptop under his arm. And we didn't even know if that was a stolen one or his own in fact. Nothing happened to me too, no penalty or anything. So I marked the story as done and over. Oh boy, I was so wrong. A bit later I got a letter saying to come into court because of Jay as a witness one more time. Ugh, I was so annoyed and angry at that. Well, went to S and told him about it, and he said, just to get a note, that I was there at the specific time, since it was work time, because it was about a thief in the store. A few days before the date, I got another letter saying Jay has disappeared, and the court session is called off. Well, fine with me. Again, told S to cancel that schedule in my work plan and was done. 2 months later, a letter again. Jay turned up again, so they had a new date. Just great. Same play again. Went to S to let him know blah blah. The day came, I went to court, where, in the end, Jay just confessed anything, so my statement wasn't needed at all. Judge gave me the slip for work, and before I could leave Jay asked if I was the girl from my store. I was so confused, didn't know if I should/need/was allowed to answer, so I just looked from Jay to the judge, who cited and said yes, and gestured for me to leave after asking me if our store wants the money for the stolen laptop and me telling him he'd have to get in contact with S for it. I figured yes, but I was in no position to say anything about it. That time in court also was where he admitted to being a junkie BTW, saying he does such stupid things while on drugs and he's really sorry for it. Still, the freaking story wasn't over with that. 2 to 3 months passed, and who walks into the store? Jay. He got barred from entering the store when he stole the laptop, but now he just came back, as if nothing ever happened. And he had the courage to walk to the laptops and pull out the alarm cables, pulling it off in the process. I quickly called S, who came to Jay. I still follow the conversation, because it was so hilarious stupid. S. What are you doing here? Stop pulling off alarm cables of our laptops. You're banned from the shop. Now leave. J. Oh, really? I thought that wasn't effective anymore. S. It's always effective. And only 2 to 3 months passed. Now leave. J. Oh, okay. With that J left, I'd never seen him again afterwards. But that was such a bothersome thing to happen all in all. Do you like this type of video? If so, consider subscribing to Reddit community. We upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.